Good, happy Thursday evening, and happy New Year, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Thursday evening edition of WRMK News 12. We have a lot of news to get to on this Thursday evening, so let's begin right now. First up, we're going to take a look at your evening traffic and see how your traffic is looking like on this evening. It is a very quiet one out there. Not a lot of people out today due to a holiday. But let's take a look at those roadways and see how those roadways are looking like this evening for your evening commute. Traffic is moving smoothly across much of central New Hampshire and the Seacoast this evening, with mostly green conditions on major routes including I-89, I-93, and I-95. Drivers should be aware of a couple of trouble spots, an incident reported near Franklin affecting local roads, and another along Route 16 north of Rochester, which may cause brief delays. The Seacoast area around Portsmouth and Dover is flowing well, and no widespread congestion is currently visible. Motorists should allow a little extra time near incident areas and continue to drive safely tonight. And now, let's get to your news. First up, deadly Manchester apartment fire leaves one dead, child critically injured. One person is dead and a child remains in critical condition following a fast-moving fire that tore through a multi-family apartment building early Wednesday morning in Manchester, displacing dozens of residents. The fire broke out just after 12:30 a.m. at the Executive Manor Apartments at the corner of Lowell and Union Streets. Fire officials say they were first alerted by a alarm activation followed by multiple 911 calls reporting flames and residents escaping from windows, balconies, and fire escapes. New Hampshire State Fire Marshal Sean Toomey said the blaze began on the third floor and quickly spread upward, cutting off interior escape routes for many occupants. They were jumping from the balconies, Toomey said at the scene. The fire started on the third floor and it prevented people from getting out into the hallways. When firefighters arrived, heavy flames were visible from the building's third and fourth floors, extending to the roof, officials said. Crews immediately rescuing tenants and searching all 32 units inside the building while working to bring the fire under control. During a search of the fourth floor, firefighters discovered an unresponsive child inside a bedroom and an unresponsive adult man in a hallway. The child was rescued through a window and rushed to a nearby hospital where they remain in critical condition. The adult man was removed via a stairwell and life-saving efforts were attempted, but he was later pronounced dead at the hospital. The fire was brought under control at approximately 1:50 a.m., according to officials. At least 5 other residents were transported to area hospitals with serious injuries. The total number and severity of injuries remain under investigation. As many as 50 people were displaced by the fire. The Manchester Fire Department received mutual aid from numerous surrounding communities including Bedford, Merrimack, Derry, Londonderry, Hooksett, Concord, Nashua, Hudson, Allenstown, Pembroke, Auburn, Litchfield, Salem, and Goffstown. The name of the deceased adult male is being withheld pending an autopsy scheduled through the office of the chief medical examiner. Displaced residents were taken to a nearby church on Union Street to stay warm, where the American Red Cross is providing food, shelter, and other assistance. We are just trying to provide comfort, care at the moment, said a Red Cross official. We're providing food and assistance while we await for determinations from the fire marshal and investigators. Investigators say the fire is not considered suspicious at this time, while the investigation is ongoing and interviews with residents continue. Officials believe the fire originated in a bedroom of a third-floor apartment. A building manager described the incident as a long night and a crazy start to 2026. Anyone with information that may assist investigators is urged to contact New Hampshire Fire Marshal's Office at 603-223-4289 or by emailing fmo@dus.newhampshire.gov. Also, another fire in Meredith, New Hampshire. A man dies in Meredith house fire on New Year's Eve. One person was found dead following a house fire in Meredith on New Year's Eve, according to officials. Emergency responders were called to a home on Old Center Harbor Road around 6:45 p.m. to conduct a welfare check. Upon arrival, officials reported seeing smoke coming from the residence and discovered an adult male unresponsive on the first floor. Firefighters located a small fire in the basement, which was quickly extinguished. The man was pronounced dead at the scene. His identity has not been released, pending an autopsy scheduled at the office of the chief medical examiner. No firefighters were injured during the incident. The Center Harbor Fire Department and Stewart's ambulance service assisted at the scene. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. Anyone with information that may help investigators is asked to contact the New Hampshire State Fire Marshal's Office at 603-223-4289 or by email at fmo@dus.newhampshire.gov. Officials said no additional information is available at this time. AOT announces ban on sanctuary cities in New Hampshire. Governor Kelly Ayotte announced today that sanctuary cities are now officially banned in New Hampshire, marking a significant shift in the state's approach to immigration enforcement. In marking the announcement, Ayotte emphasized her administration's commitment to preventing policies that limit cooperation with federal immigration authorities. She contrasted New Hampshire's direction with that of neighboring Massachusetts, saying the state will not follow what she described as a billion-dollar illegal immigration crisis. We will never go the way of Massachusetts, Ayotte said, underscoring her stance on enforcing existing immigration laws and maintaining public safety across the state. The announcement is expected to draw strong reactions from both supporters and critics as details of the policy's implementation continue to merge. And that is some news. Now we're going to switch some gears now and let's talk about some sports. In your sports news, Bruins roll past Oilers with a dominant 6-2 win. The Boston Bruins delivered an impressive all-around performance, skating to a convincing 6-2 victory over the Edmonton Oilers on Tuesday night. Boston set the tone early and never let up, scoring 2 goals in each period to control the pace from start to finish. The Bruins jumped out to an early lead in the opening frame and continued to build momentum, using balanced scoring and strong defensive play to keep Edmonton in check. Edmonton struggled to find sustained offenses, managing just 1 goal in the first and third periods, while being shut out entirely in the second. Boston's defense limited high-quality chances and helped preserve the lead throughout the night. With the win, Bruins improved to a 21-18-2 on the season, while the Oilers dropped to a 20-15-6. The victory gives Boston a confidence boost as they continue to battle in the Atlantic Division standings. The Bruins will look to carry that momentum into their next matchup as they push to climb the division ranks. Celtics set for West Coast test against the Kings. The Boston Celtics continue their road trip tonight as they face the Sacramento Kings in a late-night matchup on the West Coast, with tip-off scheduled for 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Boston enters the game with a 20-12 record, setting third in the Eastern Conference and looking to maintain momentum as the season moves into the new year. The Celtics have rallied on strong team defenses and balanced scoring to stay near the top of the conference standings. Sacramento, meanwhile, has struggled this season, coming into the matchup at a 8-25. Despite their record, the Kings will look to defend their home court and play spoiler against one of the East top contenders. The Celtics will aim to take advantage of the matchup by setting the tempo early, controlling the boards, and limiting turnovers against the Kings team edger to turn its season around. Tip-off from Sacramento is set for 10 p.m. Eastern as Boston looks to start the new year with a road victory. And that does it for this Thursday evening edition of WRMK News 12. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another broadcast. Good night and goodbye.